Okay, we'll leave it there. Guys, sometimes I forget what we got planned because I love the sound of the piano so much and I love playing it. So excuse my indulgent intro there. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another YouTube live stream here on Playground Sessions YouTube channel. It's a special one, you guys. Last week, if you didn't know, we did another one of these. We checked in on the progress and the status of the holiday challenge. And we gave away a couple of special prizes. It's the holiday gifting season after all, right? So what we did was picked 3 winners in our last stream. The first 2 winners got a free annual membership to the Interactive Playground Sessions app. Crazy good deal, if you ask me. And then the third grand prize winner also won that membership, but with a keyboard of their own as well. Pretty exciting. This is going to be fun, you guys. And what we need to do to enter for your chance to win is pretty simple. It's just a couple of steps. There's a link that you can find in the chat. Playground Sessions commented the link. And what you need to do is click that link. It's going to take you to a page. You'll put your name and email address, and that's literally it. On our end, we're going to see everyone that does it in real time. It takes a couple seconds, but it's pretty much real time. And we're going to select winners from today's stream only. This is not pulling names from last week's stream, you guys. This is only people who sign up in the link today, right now. So go ahead and do it now. What we're going to do is pick our first winner here pretty soon, in the next few minutes. Then we're going to check in on our song for today, which of course is Silent Night. Then we'll pick our second winner. We'll check in on a bit more on Silent Night, or really whatever you guys want to talk about. It's a live connection here after all, so if we want to talk about Silent Night any level, let's do it. If we want to talk about a different holiday song, who's to say we can't do that, all right? We'll pick our grand prize winner at the end of the stream. If you guys haven't said hey yet in the chat, say hi to me, say hey to any of the other playgrounders watching, and importantly to the rest of the community, just like you. We got a lot of students here in the chat, and it's a really active community, so say hey. Go ahead and let us know if this is your first time joining Playground Sessions live lesson with me or one of the other teachers, or if you're an old hat and you've been around for a while. Also, let us know where you're tuning in from, too. It helps us kind of get a sense of you know, the energy we're all bringing to the table from around the world. All right, so, you guys, we're going to pick our first winner soon. I'm going to play a little bit more. Sometimes I think I talk a lot in these streams. I'm going to play a little bit more of Silent Night, but I'm going to air it on... I'm going to pull back a little bit on the difficulty level. What I did in the beginning was kind of something for me. I'm going to tie it closer to the rookie intermediate level here, and then that's going to set the stage for us to talk about any questions you may have about this piece. On the other side of my performance, guys, I'm going to pick that first winner, okay? So a couple minutes. If you haven't clicked the link yet to sign up, go ahead and do it now. And by the way, let me take a moment to say hey in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of activity here. What's up, David Herman? Heeman, sorry, from a newbie from Nottingham. What's up, Music One? What's up, Jessica? I gotta zoom in here, guys. I think my eyes are getting bad. There we go. Charles Smith said, Phil has to play everything in a jazz style. You're right, Charles. It's a gift and a curse. Where did I just see someone won from last week? Oh, SK Green 60. I won last week. It was a great surprise. There you go. So, Meatloaf Crazy says, entered. Great. Peter. Hey, everyone. First timer here from Canada. That's what's up. Hey, Linda. South Georgia. Very, very cool. Well, guys, I'm going to play a little bit, and then we're going to pick our first winner, and we're going to keep things moving for the day. It's going to be fun. Charles, I almost went too jazzy there, but I caught myself. John Anderson, how's the fingers today? Thank you for asking, my friend. Well, you may have noticed I don't have as many Band-Aids on today. In fact, I don't think I have any Band-Aids, so thank you. My cuts are healing very nicely. might be winner time, you guys. So let's go ahead and see what we have for winner number one. Let's get a winner number one graphic on the screen. Let's make it seem official. There we go. I got my friend and assistant Jordan in the house today helping me, so I'm not clicking all the buttons myself. It's time to announce winner number one, you guys. This winner, this lucky winner here, unbeknownst to his or herself, is about to win a free year's worth of playground sessions, lessons. That's right, a full year of access to the app. It grades you as you play. We've got a ton of lesson content in there as well. Our first winner is, all right, let me check in with my team here. Drum roll, please. Winner number one is Rogelio Ponte. And I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that. Rogelio Ponte. Let me know, please, if I've mispronounced that. But you, my friend, are our first winner of tonight's stream. Congratulations. Ha-ha. Doesn't get much more happy and uplifting than that. Our very first winner. I hope that inspired you all. If you're just joining us, Rogelio is the winner for today. We're going to pick a second winner in about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15, once we get into today's lesson a little bit more. There were 3 winners last week. We're picking 3 more winners next week. We're in a gifting mood, so you guys came to the right spot. We're talking Silent Night today, and if you just joined, you're going to want to click the pinned comment in our chat. All right? When I say pinned comment, it should be right on top so you can't miss it. Click that. It takes less than 60 seconds. You're going to fill out your name and email. Come right back and you won't have missed much. You'll be entered into the chance to win for the next 2 drawings in today's live stream, so stay tuned. And I just want to check in on the chat one more time. Well done, Rogelio. Congrats, Rogelio. How do I claim it? Good question. Thank you for asking. So, for all of the winners in today's and next week's streams, here is how you can redeem your prize. It's pretty simple. You're going to get an email from a Playground Sessions representative in less than 24 hours. It'll be sometime tomorrow on the New York time, before the workday is over, I'm sure. We will send you an email to the email that you submitted into the form. And we'll have next steps for you on how to redeem your free membership. Congrats one more time, my friend. Now, guys, let me know what you want to talk about when it comes to Silent Night. I'm hoping to see some status updates from you guys about your learning progress, your journey with the holiday music that we've presented this year. If you're feeling like you've nailed it and you don't have any questions about it, well, that's cool. Let me know. We can celebrate that. Maybe you can let me know instead what you're going to work on next. And maybe you have some feedback on the experience you want to share, positive or negative. Let me know. Maybe you want to just ask a specific question about a part that maybe is providing a challenge for you. Whatever it happens to be, let me know, guys, because here we are. We're face to face as much as we can be. Ask away. All right, so Meatloaf Crazy says, lovely to see you again, Phil. I've been practicing lots. Your new app is fantastic. Thank you so much. Wow, what a nice little serve up to me for me to plug the new app. Thank you, Meatloaf Crazy. By the way, love the name. We got the new app, guys, out. We're pushing it out to different devices. We're really rolling it out, and I'm glad to see that some of you have already experienced it and hopefully left some positive reviews as well. That's good news, and I'm glad, Meatloaf Crazy, that you've been practicing a lot. The more you practice, the better you're going to get, right? It's as simple as that. Daniel Nader says, Andrew is really quick. Daniel, by the way, I believe was one of our winners from last week. So he's referring to Andrew was really quick to process this prize for him, and it should be the same for this week. So, Rogelio, congrats again. Tom Alonzo, what's up? Tom says, how could we go about creating a medley from the 3 challenge songs? Whoa, that's a great question. All right. I'm going to answer that in 1 second. First, I want to get to this quick one. Robert Atkins says, I registered last week. Do I have to register this week? I want to make sure you guys are all clear about this. We are not picking any names from last week in tonight's stream, okay? So if you entered last week and you did not get selected, you need to enter again today, all right? And that's just the way it goes. We're not going to double up emails. It's not going to sign you up twice for any mailing list. It's just going to send to a group of people who signed up today. That's it, and we're only choosing from that. So make sure you sign up again. Again, that link is pinned to the chat. If you just joined us, that's your chance to be entered to win a grand prize of a keyboard and a membership. We're also giving away more memberships today as well. All right, so what a great question. How could I go about making a medley of the 3 holiday songs? Great question. And, there's a lot that could go into that. We're not going to do a whole lesson on how to arrange music or things like that. But what I will say is this. First of all, let's define a medley. A medley is, you could say, a creative mixing of a couple of different melodic themes or songs. If I was going to play a medley of Coldplay songs, for example, I wouldn't play a full Coldplay song and then another full Coldplay song. Instead, I would weave them together in a way. I might play the chorus of one song and the verse of a different song and then find a way to mix them up creatively. That's how I think of medleys. Now, last Christmas season, we presented a holiday medley arrangement where our music team arranged a medley of holiday themes. First of all, let me remind you guys, that's still in the app, so please check that out if you're interested. But basically what we did was we found ways to creatively weave the themes together. That's what we're going to use as the definition for a medley for now. And what I'll say is you want to look for, kind of like math, you want to look for a lowest common denominator. You want to look for similarities between the themes. One of the best ways to do that would be with a key signature and or a time signature. So if we're in the key of C, for example, for Silent Night, and we're in the key of C for, let's say, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, just hypothetically, then we know that we could go between those two melodies and still stay in the same key. That can be a glue for our medley, a key center, a key signature that stays the same between the themes. Might sound something like this. So I'm kind of making this up as I go. Not the best example, but what I want to show you, basically, the takeaway there is you can pull from fragments of themes or melodies or pieces of recognizable pieces of a song, and you can glue them together. You can reference one and come back to it. That's kind of what makes a medley. And the easiest starting point is to find themes or to put themes into the same key so that you can move between them easily. All right, that's one medley tip for you for today. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna get back into the chat here. Looks like we got people from Canada. Hey, Old Man Williams in the building says, hi, I'm a bit late. No problem, thanks for joining. Better late than never. For those who are joining late, you see that pinned comment in the chat? It's a link. We posted a link. If you click that link and you enter your name and email, I'm gonna be drawing from those names to choose a couple more winners for today's stream. We're gonna give away membership to the interactive app and a keyboard bundle as well. I'm going to pick the second winner here in just a few minutes, you guys, so go ahead and click that link if you haven't done it yet. And we're going to talk about a few more questions related to the holiday medley pieces, then I'm going to select that second winner. All right, Michael, musique, hello once again. Jessica Cho, how you doing? Pat Sir says, finished Rookie Silent Night, working on Rookie, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I love it, Pat. Go ahead and jump around. Another way to jump around would be, instead of sort of horizontally, right? Rookie level song A, rookie level song B, rookie level song C. That's one way to do it, and more power to you. Another thing to try for those who are looking for a different challenge would be to stay within the same song, but to move vertically, right? Up through the levels. That can be an additional challenge. Remember, we're talking about medleys. It's easier to weave the threads together when they're in the same key, right? And when they're shared material. Well, think about a song's levels as being kind of that same idea. We want to go from rookie to intermediate. Well, guess what? It's likely going to be in a similar key, same time signature, same tempo, right? We're building on familiar material. So as opposed to changing your song completely, you may still stay in the rookie level, But that new song is going to be a new set of notes, hand positions, key signature, time signature, tempo, all that. But again, I love to see people moving around and trying different things. So great to hear. Lily May, thank you. Mashup. That's the term I was looking for. That's another way to say medley. You're basically mashing up themes, clips of themes, right? It's almost like a highlight reel instead of a full song or a performance. That's right. Music One says, Phil, dye your mustache and beard white. All right, I'll work on it. I might just blend into my white background though. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll gain 100 pounds too. Heather Gibbs, I'm working on Silent Night Intermediate and struggling with those left-hand triads. Okay, Heather, this is a great poignant question, a great point on topic. So I'm going to pull up my arrangement on my end, and I'm going to take a peek at it. Silent Night Intermediate, and I would like to look at the triads in question here. And it looks to me like we have some inversions, and that's likely why it's giving you some trouble. So it looks like we have and then my font is really small here, but it looks like we're going Yep. All right, so let's keep it on the overhead camera angle here for a minute, and I just want to isolate those three chords. The first chord we have in this arrangement is C over E. And if it's hard to tell, I'm playing E with my pinky, G with my middle finger, and C with my thumb. Now guys, this is just a normal C major chord, and we play it in root position, it looks like this. That should be familiar. But when we invert this chord, what that means is we're taking one of the notes and we're putting it higher or lower. We're basically changing the order of the three notes. C, E, G then becomes E, G, C. Same three notes, just a different order. Therefore, it's the same harmony, but the voicing is different. The order of the notes are different, okay? So what we want to do here is remember that we're playing an inversion of a C chord. That's going to change the shape a little bit. E, G, C. Then we change to a different chord which has a different shape. And this might be why you're getting a little bit tripped up here. The next chord is this shape. D, G, B. So we have a gap here between these two notes of an interval of a fourth. And then here we have an interval of a third. But our first chord, you guys, is the opposite. We have an interval of a third on the bottom and a fourth on the top. So we have to go back and forth between those two shapes, which do not allow us to move our hand very seamlessly. We have to change the fingers in the middle and change the shape of our hand. So what I would encourage you to do to practice that is do what I just did there. Chord 1, chord 2, back and forth between them. What you're doing is working out the pathways that your hand has to take, that your fingers have to take to play between those two chords. The more you practice it, the easier it'll get, the more it'll become muscle memory. So give that a shot. And with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and get a graphic up here for winner number 2, because I'm ready. Oh, here it is. Winner number 2. I'm ready to select our second winner. And guys, just a reminder, our second winner here is also going to win a free year's worth of Playground Sessions interactive app membership. And this is not a limited membership. This is not a trial. This is not a starter pack. This is the full thing, full access. And of course, that means that you will get access to all the songs in the library, all the course lessons, all the boot camp lessons, in addition to the new songs that we continue to put out in the song store on a weekly basis. Guys, this is exciting. I think we're ready to pick our second winner here, so I'm going to look to my team's chat here, and it looks like we do have a second winner selected. All right, this is a new name for me. I'm excited for new names, new faces. Catherine Franklin. Catherine Franklin, give it up, everybody. Winner number 2. Catherine Franklin wins. You're our second winner, Catherine. I just want to celebrate for like 10 minutes straight, playing uplifting chord progressions and clapping. Can we do that? I'm so excited for you guys. We've already got 2 winners for today's stream. That's a total of 5 winners so far because we picked 3 last week. I want to remind you guys, if you haven't been selected yet, there's still one chance to win in this stream. And there's a chance to win the grand prize in this stream. That's an annual membership and a keyboard, a Playground Sessions keyboard for free, all right? We're throwing it in. Now, guys, we also have another stream 1 week from today. I just want to quickly remind you guys. Same time, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on the 15th of December. Same idea. We're doing this again, and I'm picking 3 more winners, all right? So there's still a chance to win. Guys, congratulations on our winners so far. What I want to do now is answer 1 or 2 more questions, and then I want to send to a performance of my friend and your newest teacher in the community, Theron Brown. For those who joined us last week, you're going to get an encore performance from Theron. For those who didn't, you'll enjoy a holiday performance. If you haven't checked out Theron Brown yet, he's the newest teacher on the YouTube channel. He's putting out content at least once a week, teaching you guys basically just like I do on the channel, but he's really helping me produce these lessons so we can get them out to you more often. And he's got a really warm personality and an incredible talent. I mean, I look up to him. So I'm excited always when I get to showcase Theron. Anyways, that's coming up in just a bit. We're also going to pick our grand prize winner. So I'm going to play one more version of Silent Night because I don't want to talk too much without playing. And since I think it was Charles Smith said that I play everything too jazzy. So let's see if I can, and he's not wrong. Let's see if I can try to play Silent Night in a different style. Might as well, let's try and rock it out. Let's try and rock. All right. Guys, on the other side of this, I'm going to look for a couple more comments in the chat about Silent Night or about the holiday music, and I'm going to look to answer those questions, okay? So as I'm playing, think through. If you got a question for me, if you just joined, you got to hit the pinned comment in the chat if you want to try and win a prize, all right? Let's try and rock out with Silent Night. I'm going to try and not be jazzy. Jazzy there. Let me try and not do that. I had to end it with the final jazz chord for you, Charles. You know, when I'm thinking about rocking versus jazzing, for example, typically there's just a few things going on in my head. I'm thinking about a couple of defining things about each of those styles of music. With rock, I'm trying to think about a heavy attitude and a loud volume. And I'm also trying to think about low range. Okay, you notice I wasn't rocking out like this. Because what we're doing when we play rock style on piano is we're really imitating guitar chords, power chords. Right? And in order to do that, we got to get low in the range. I like to take it down here. And you maybe also notice I'm only playing an open fifth interval. I'm not playing a whole chord, a major or a minor chord. I'm not doing this. Instead, I'm just playing the root and the fifth, which more closely imitates that guitar power chord. That's literally what they're playing when they play that kind of power chord, all right? Just the root and the fifth. Sometimes an octave too. So you could do a root and a fifth or the octave on top. With jazz, we like to add a lot of color notes and things that make it sound moody. In rock, we got to simplify. And that's not to say that it's dumbed down. In some ways, simple is much better or more effective or whatever the argument is. But I think what's key is that we simplify the harmony if we want to be true to the style. Anyways, that's a bit of what I was doing there. Rocking out with power chord, open fifths, loud volume, and a rock attitude. Kind of did it, right? That kind of was what it needed to change the pace from jazz. Anyways, just a little, I like to share kind of my thought process when I'm improvising, especially when it relates to the musical choices that I'm making and why. All right, guys, I need to get back into this chat and say, hey, you know what? It's good and bad that this chat is so active because I feel like I'm missing comments and questions. Apologies if I've missed your comment or question. It's hard to keep up because you guys are very active. McKinley Haney in the house. McKinley says, I love this. I love this. Me too. It's hard not to feel love when you're playing such a beautiful instrument and you're hanging with such a great community. Nita B says, love it. Robert Atkins, Jingle Bells Rockabilly style. Yeah, I did start to get into a little bit of that, right? Kind of that boogie woogie as well. Rick McDonald, Patty Martin, hello? Daniel, Metallica gets a new player. Yeah, right? What if that was my audition tape? All right, I'm here to audition for Metallica. I'm going to be playing Silent Night. I wish. Maybe that would do it. Thanks, guys. You guys liked the rock version. Let me jump back a little bit here. Hey, Patty Martin says, I love the way you teach. Thank you very much. I love to hear that. You know, I wish I could get more of a two-way conversation going with all you students out there. It's really great to hear the feedback, though. All right, McKinley, I already started using playground sessions a year ago. I hope you enjoy it. Heather Gibbs, what's up? Lily Mae, it'd be cool to do a medley, but instead of mashing up songs, instead combine the different levels. Hey, I love that, Lily Mae. That's a great idea. Maybe you feel inspired to try that yourself. Either way, I think that's actually a great idea. It's a way to level up within your own song without having to start fresh on a new song. But you can still get that added challenge as you progress. Maybe it can start rookie, and then verse 2 is kind of intermediate, and by the end you're playing something a little more advanced. Of course, for those who are only rookie level players, they would only be able to really get through the first part of that. So that's why we want to be careful about arranging something with all levels in one. But absolutely on an individual basis, for all you students out there, that's a fantastic idea. All right, guys, well, I don't want to jump the gun and pick our third winner just yet. I would really love, here we go. Thank you, team. We got some people coming in with some questions here. Elta John. What's up, Elta? Not Elton John, by the way. When I first saw Elta name pop up in the chat, I did a triple take, and I was like, hold on. Is Elton John watching my live stream? But I'm not disappointed that it's Elta John. Elta has been a longtime viewer. What's up, Elta? Elta says, what do you mean by open fifth? Do you mean augmented fifth? Is this more rock and roll style? Thank you for this question. Thank you for asking for clarification. Sometimes I'll toss out terms, and I love when you guys let me know that you need me to back up and define it. Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay. Open fifth. Okay, so first, when I say open fifth, you may hear that term from time to time, open. Open tends to mean we are omitting the third of the chord, okay? It's shorthand, but it tends to mean it's just the root and the fifth. Now, a normal chord, major or minor, tends to have three notes, a root, a third, and a fifth, right? The third is the note that tends to define if it's major or minor. An open fifth is a root and a fifth interval without the third, so it's more ambiguous, it's vague harmonically. And in rock, that tends to be the sound that we hear. There's a reason for this. I think it's a practical reason. It has to do with the instrument of the guitar and the way that it's played. When we hear a low power chord, boom, 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 those kind of chords, a chunky, distorted chords, we're only hearing two strings. And the way that the guitar shape, the way you put your hand to play that chord shape, you're playing root and fifth. And that's it. So on the piano, if we want to be true to that style, we want to try and imitate that. Even though it's technically something that's guitaristic about that instrument, we can still imitate it here, and it'll sound more authentic, right? And that's what we get when we have this. It sounds like it's boom, power chord. So again, when I say open fifth, what I'm saying is no third, not major or minor, just an open fifth. And a shorthand way to refer to that in rock and roll music would be power chord, a power fifth or a power chord, all right? Augmented fifth is something completely different. we don't have to worry about that, especially not really for rock and roll. But just for those who are curious, an augmented fifth would be an interval of a normal fifth, but with a sharp 5. That's an interval of an augmented fifth. Or if we were to play an augmented chord, that's the fifth of that chord, the sharp 5. Guys, what time is it? It's time to let me remind you guys and incentivize you guys one more time, if you haven't done it yet, to click the link in the chat, all right? I can't stress enough. This is where you want to click. This is where you want to go. If you want a free membership to the app, you guys, a full year free membership. And by the way, we're about to pick the third winner, and that means we're picking a grand prize winner, a free year membership and a keyboard, a Playground Sessions PG150. That's it, guys. It's huge, all right? And we're about to pick it. So what I want to do is give the final call here and say, if you haven't done it, do it now. While you're filling out the form, I'm going to play this performance from my colleague, friend, and Playground Sessions instructor, Theron Brown. And we are going to enjoy some keyboard music from him. By the way, he's going to be playing the PG150 keyboard. So the keyboard you see in his video, including the sound you hear from it, he's playing the electric piano sound. Not a piano sound, it's kind of like a Rhodes or a Wurlitzer. It sounds really cool. Those sounds are built into the PG150 keyboard as well. So let's go ahead and send to Theron. Check out the keyboard that the grand prize winner is going to have for him or herself. And on the other side of this performance, I'm going to select that winner live. Wowee. Theron Brown, you guys. Come on. Now it's like I don't even want to play a chord after that. How do you follow that? What a beautiful performance. You know, the funny thing about Theron is I said, hey man, do you mind popping up and playing a song? And he was like, sure. And just played that. So casual. I saw a lot of good comments here. People are saying Theron's amazing. I'm a fan. That's so beautiful. Sounds very nice. Thank you all for sharing the love with Theron. I know he'll love to see this. I also saw a funny comment from, where'd it go? Kevin Perry says, does Theron's fingers come with the keyboard? Maybe a grand prize winner one day, but no, he needs those for now. We need him to continue to teach for us. He's so talented. Wowee. Yeah. Very festive. Thanks, Theron. Thanks, Jeanette. Elton John says, how does he do that from memory with no music? You know, that's a great question. First of all, he's a professional. But second of all, you know, the couple of tips I would have to do that would be, you got to think about the melody and the roots. And you have to know how the song's supposed to sound. If you've never heard the song, you can't play it by ear, obviously. But if you know how to sing it and you know how it's supposed to go, you can pick it out. And I bet Theron's thinking of a few things. He's thinking of melody. And then what is the general harmony? Let's say the harmony is... Okay, he was in E flat. Let's say the harmony is E flat major. There's E flat major. Now that could mean this. Or it could mean... Okay, or it could mean... range, dynamics, voicing. There's all sorts of things that you can choose, and the harmony stays the same. It's just E flat major harmony. So Theron is simplifying things in his head by thinking, okay, here's the melody. Got it. And what's the harmony? All right. E flat major. Maybe G minor. Okay. And then Theron is so talented that he's filling in all these things along the way of that bare roadmap. He's filling in all this beautiful stuff around it. There's no way I could put in one lesson what he's doing there, so sorry, we'll have to work. We'll both have to work for a while to get that to that level. Theron Brown, everyone, one more time. And by the way, he was on the PG 150 keyboard. Winner number 3, let's get that graphic popping. Winner number 3 is going to have that same keyboard for his or herself and a free year of Playground Sessions interactive app membership to accompany, okay? Now, again, for those of you who already have a membership, if you win, then you have the great honor of being able to gift the joy of learning music to someone else. A friend or a family member, a loved one who you think would really love it or excel at it, but they don't have the means or they don't have the time. You could be a real blessing for them this year. And the same goes to the grand prize winner. If you've already got a keyboard, well, here's your chance to gift it as well, or whatever you want to do with it. Play 2 keyboards at the same time if you want. It's time, you guys. Grand prize winner of the evening. We're going to select right now. Drum roll, please. All right. Winner number 3. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you didn't win today, please come back next week. Enter your name again for a chance to win one of 3 prizes for next week as well. But tonight's grand prize winner is Joan Luciano. Joan Luciano. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name. Joan, you win! You win a free year of Playground Sessions lessons with the membership and the interactive app, and you win your very own PG 150 keyboard. Everyone give it up for Joan. Give it up for our earlier winners today as well. This is so exciting. I wish I could do this every day for my job. Just do drum rolls and read people's names and give away keyboards. Thank you so much for everyone for hanging out and for entering for your chance to win. We've picked 6 winners now so far in December. Next week we're picking 3 more, all right? Please join me then, and even if you've entered in last week's and today's stream, you've got to enter again next week to be considered in the drawing for that. And that's it, guys. I feel like a broken record at this point. I hope you guys will be there next time, and I hope you'll win if you haven't won yet. Congrats so much to the winners here, and I just want to make sure. I actually haven't confirmed if the other winners know that they won. The chat is so busy, but I'm going to assume that they know. If they don't know, we're going to send you an email. So if you won and you didn't hear in the beginning of the stream, here's how you can redeem your prize. You're going to get an email from us in the next 24 hours or less with steps. So if you want a membership, you're going to see steps to redeem your free membership. If you were the grand prize winner, Joan, you're going to see an email that says, here's your steps for your membership and for your keyboard to be sent to your door. Very exciting. I'm very happy for you guys. We're going to end things now by one more performance of Silent Night, and I'm going to shake things up for you guys and try to do something on the more classical side. And again, for Charles Smith, I'm going to try and not be very jazzy for the evening. Next week, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Maybe you'll win.